So I've read many books trying to learn the most I can so that I can become the strongest, best entrepreneur and person I can be. And today I wanted to share with you 3 books that I found valuable out of all the ones I've read, and ones that I think that if you are interested in reading or learning new things, you should potentially read these guys, because if you're an entrepreneur, or really if you're anybody looking to just expand your knowledge and learn a little bit more about some interesting topics. So I've narrowed it down to 3 I'll share with you today. First up being The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. Actually, before I share this guy, I in no way think that reading books is essential to starting a business or learning about entrepreneurial topics, or really any topics. You can learn a lot online through courses or videos, but for those who enjoy the literary arts and reading, I'll share these guys with you today. I'll test out some transitions with this little stand I have. So first up, The Lean Startup it's a book that introduces the lean framework when it comes to building a startup or building a business in general. It talks about teaches you how to start a business with limiting the amount of time and money that is wasted. The main the main idea introduced in this book is the MVP, which is releasing a minimum viable product when you're first launching your product, or even a minimal viable service if you're starting a service business. And this minimal viable product or service is what is the most bare bones product or service that you can release to the market as soon as possible, limiting the amount of money and time you spend on it so that you can instantly get feedback. And it talks a lot about, one of the other ideas it talks about is validated learning, which is when you release that MVP, you want to, as soon as possible, get feedback from your customers, get feedback from anybody you share it with, whether you're giving it out for free or you're giving it out for a very low cost. You're using all that feedback you get, and you're trying to get it as fast as possible in order to take this MVP and build it into whatever these people want. This is a way of securing a spot in the market and building something that these people actually want, something that these people, your avatar, will actually need and pay for. So this book would give me a lot of value when just talking about those topics. And I believe for anybody who is launching a software or even a hardware product, or even a new type of service, you should read this book and try and implement the lean framework into building your business. Let's try this fancy transformation. Next book. So next book we got is The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. This book, I really enjoyed this one. It's less focused on entrepreneurial topics or business topics and more on the war inside our minds, whether it's the resistance to get out of bed, the resistance to start work in the morning, the resistance to work on that next project, and the resistance of procrastination. It gives you a good perspective on how to push past the everyday resistance we feel, and how to push past procrastination, why we feel these things, the different types of resistance we feel. And for anybody especially for anybody who is a creative and who delves in the arts, whether it's writing or painting or creative skills of any sort, or even if you consider yourself a creative when it comes to generating new ideas or generating new businesses, check this guy out. Or especially if you're someone who wants to delve into mastering your mind, this is the book for you. This is a book that can take you from 0 to 1. And then obviously you can delve further into other books, but I think this is a good place to start when it comes to pushing past procrastination and figuring out how to keep on going as a creative or as an entrepreneur. Next book, Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini, PhD. This book, in my mind, is the ultimate marketing book if you're interested in learning more about it. And this is really the low-level topics behind copywriting, behind advertisements, behind marketing of any sorts, and the psychological techniques that you use in order to advertise or market your products. So some of these psychological techniques it talks about, I'll just list them here, which are the law of reciprocation, liking, social proof, authority, scarcity, commitment and consistency, unity, and then there's that was just a concluding topic or chapter. But this book, if you're interested in, if you're just starting marketing of any sorts, you're starting your business and you don't know how to write copy or write your marketing frameworks, you should read this book. Read how we can leverage the basic psychology of humans in order to market properly and get people interested in your product using giving people value. For example, the law of reciprocity or law of reciprocation is how can you give somebody so much value that they feel the need to pay for your product or even just pay back the favor. And I really enjoyed reading through this and learning about it's incredibly fascinating because you see what goes on behind all these techniques that all these businesses use in order to properly market and market very effectively and very accurately. So those were the 3 books I wanted to talk about today. Let me know if you have any book recommendations for me. I'm always looking for new books to read, whether it's to expand my knowledge for business purposes, or even if you have any fantasy books you really enjoyed that you believe have some good messages behind them or just simply good entertainment. Let me know in the comments what I should be reading, what I should be delving into, because I know there's a lot of smaller authors or book series out there that often go unnoticed, often because marketing is one of the hardest parts of getting more eyes on your books or your products, hardest part about releasing anything. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this style of video. Let me know, once again, have any book recommendations for me, or if you want to hear more about some books I've read that have been incredibly beneficial. But yeah, I'll see you probably on Thursday. I'll do another video then. I'm going to try and do 3 videos a week, but we'll see how that goes. I'll see you later.